Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Successful Women's TV show. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen. I'm a professional speaker and co founder of Everyday Woman TV. One of my favorite things to do is interview women that are doing what they love from all over the world. Today, I am so excited to have with me Donna. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So, Donna, I'm going to share a little bit about you. Then we're going to talk about your topic and jump right in because we have a lot that we want to cover. And you just have such a beautiful story that I want everybody to hear it. So, here we go. Donna Slack is a TikTok shop owner and fashion curator. Her company's name is Elsa May. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Yay, Elsa May. She is a small women owned business in marketing for over 20 years until she was laid off in 2022 and decided to get into social life selling. It was the next type of sales avenue. She started live selling on Amazon when TikTok Shop opened. She immediately was one of the first people to start a TikTok shop in the US and was one of the first TikTok Shop live streamers in the US. I did not know that. That's so cool. She has been mentioned over a hundred other TikTok shop live sellers and continues to have a lucrative business. So I don't always read the bio in advance, and you wrote it in first person. So I was trying to make it in third person. So I hope I did a good job. We are going to be talking about starting over and how to build your career with confidence and courage. So first of all, tell us why there are a bunch of clothes behind you.
Well, I'm actually in live from my studio. I have a studio where I stream live on TikTok, and so I sell clothes on TikTok, and so I'm just kind of in my studio. I figured this is my passion. I figured this is where I would just, I would do my interview from, and
Which
so yeah,
I
these are all the
love, and I
clothes
knew
behind
that.
me. Yes, and Galiti buys clothes for
I
me.
knew
So
that. So let's talk about how we met because most of the women that I interview on my show, I've never met in person, and I'm watching them in a very positive, safe way. And I'm like, I love what she's doing as an entrepreneur. I need to have her on my show. We've got to talk about this. You're the first person I've ever interviewed that has any kind of live selling show for clothes. Now, aside from being someone that's your customer, because I love supporting women owned businesses, hello. And also, it's fun to have a lot of new clothes. I've
yeah.
watched you and I watch you and I've watched you build a team. I watched you go from one person to multiple people. So I've really been inspired and enjoyed watching you grow. So let's talk a little bit about how you got into this because it doesn't happen where you wake up one day and say, I'm going to be a TikTok shop owner. So please share that.
No, it definitely doesn't. I mean, even still today, whenever I tell people what I do, they're like, what is that? Like, they have no idea. A lot of people don't even have TikTok, or they, had no idea that live selling is actually a thing. And just a little bit of like, news about live selling, I guess, is that live selling is super popular. Social media live selling is very, very popular in other countries. And it is really just new to the US, right? Only within the last few years or so. And so I think that we're all familiar with, the Home Shopping Network or QVC or something like that. And then this is just takes it a next step further, and it goes into your social media, and it logs into your algorithm. So if you're on your social media platform and you stop on a purse, then you're like, okay, great. And so then all of a sudden you're going to get live sellers that are showing you purses. And so and that's just a little, it's so much smarter than just regular Home Shopping Network or, QVC or something like that. And so it is kind of like shopping of the future. It's like online at home type of selling, but you can just shop right there. People know your sizes. It's super easy. And so I think it is definitely the next kind of, I think it's one of the things that Amazon really needs to be scared about. And they should probably start doing a little bit more live selling as well, too. But I got into it because I guess it was in 2022 or so. I worked for a corporation. Have always been in the corporate world my whole entire life, and then I was laid off. We downsized, and we have a big company, and they downsized. And I truly never thought I was devastated. I never thought I was going to be laid off. I felt like they were could not do without me. I felt like I had helped build the company. I just was devastated and I had no idea what I was going to do. And I know that probably, there could be women watching right now that feel like they've been in that position. And I know that the older we get, when if you get laid off when you're older, I'm almost 50 years old, and you get laid off, you kind of start thinking it's hard to enter that workforce again. And what am I going to do? And do I really want to work for somebody else, or do I just, jump back on the saddle again? And so I started thinking that I just wanted to do something that I was passionate about and something that I really loved. And I had always kind of, done closet edits for my friends, and I'd always been that kind of fashion guru, that people, knew if anybody had a new outfit, they always wanted to get my approval on it. And so I always did kind of things in the fashion kind of avenue over there, but I'd never really thought about having a career in fashion. And so I got on my social media page and I just said, hey, I was laid off. I let everybody that I know about like what was happening to me. And I said, I want to do something that I'm passionate about. I want to do something that I love. If you've got any ideas, throw them my way and I'm going to try it. And so I knew that I had about 9 months runway from my severance package. And so I thought, I'm just going to try every single idea that somebody throws out there until I find something that sticks. And I just told everybody, I'm just going to throw a bunch of stuff against the wall and see what sticks. And so in that 9 months time, I did makeup. I did closet edits for people. I created a hat company. I sold at like festivals. I just did anything and everything that I could think of to try to make money and be successful and see like what was going to stick. And then somebody sent me like a posting that somebody had posted and said they were looking for Amazon live sellers. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to try it, because I said I was going to try everything. And so, I guess if I was going to give a tip to somebody right now, and I was going to say, like, if you're ever in this position and you're starting over and you're thinking, I don't want to do the same thing that I did before for the last 15 years, like if you've got a little bit of time to have a little bit of runway, try a bunch of new things. Like, don't just corner yourself and say, I was in marketing before and I have to be in marketing now, because you're at a different point in your life than when you first went to school. And so your passions and you are different yourself. And so just try a bunch of different things and see what you really like. I had no idea this is what I would be doing 3 years ago. But I ended up live selling on Amazon. And it was so funny that Amazon live stream like was brand new and they just started doing it on Amazon as well. Still people, it never took off really, but I would do makeup shows and I would do cooking shows, and all my friends would come over to my house and we would exercise on camera. We just
How
did all of
fun.
these crazy things. One time I was like on a scooter and I would have my phone and I'm just like
How
running. It reminded
fun.
me of like Bridget
It
Jones'
sounds like
Diary
you
where
had a
she's
lot
sliding
of
down the
fun.
pole and
Yeah.
all of those crazy
But it
things.
sounds like you had a lot of fun doing it. So
Tons
let's
of
talk
fun.
a little bit about those that are listening and watching, and they're thinking to myself, oh my God, that sounds like so much fun. And now she's making a living from doing something that's fun that she decided to take a chance doing. What kind of things can we give those that are listening and watching? Because a lot of times people don't have that kind of confidence, Donna, like you, and don't have that drive to be like, oh no, because a lot of people are scared or terrified, or the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, right? What kind
Hmm.
of tips can we give them from your own experience that they can take away, and maybe while they're keeping the job, as long as they have one, because sometimes we don't have a choice, like you were let
Right.
go, while they're keeping their job, I have a dream of building my own business and I want to do something that I love.
Yeah. I think that sometimes doing things like just like little small steps, like taking little small steps in the right
Yes.
direction. Like, whenever I was working for a corporation before, I had also started another company in the past. And some of the things that I would do is that like maybe on the weekends, I would just kind of, create some new hats, or I would go to a festival, or I would just start doing new little things. I think that also having a network of friends that believe in you is really important as well too, right? And I think telling people what you're doing is really important as well, right?
Yes.
Like nobody
Those
can
are
help
3
you.
tips. Donna,
Yeah,
you just gave 3
I
tips.
got
They
too many
were
tips. I can't help
awesome.
it.
They were awesome. They were awesome. So first one was baby steps. Do something this weekend. Go to a festival,
Mhm.
like a marketplace, or I don't even care if it's a swap
Yeah,
meet.
whatever it
I don't
is,
know.
do something, like learn
Do
about
something.
something.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do something different was like that to me is the biggest thing because how many people get stuck in those little ruts and they stay there. Do
And they
something
think
different
that,
is
I can't do this, right? Because this is me, this is who I am, but I really like to do this, and so, yeah, just start doing something little. Maybe you don't know about what it is that you wanna do, but, start reading a book on it one day, and then, watch some videos on it one day, and
yes,
then tell your friends that that's something that you wanna do,
yes.
and
And then number
eventually.
2, you said surround yourself with people that will support you.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, no brainer. How many books are out there that says spend time with the people that you most want to be like?
Mhm.
You listen, one of the things that me and you have both experienced in our lives, and we won't share details about from where, is when you go and you try to do something different, you have people that are not supporting you and people that are saying, what are you talking about? Go get a regular job, go do something safe.
Exactly.
What do
Because
you
it's
say to those
change
people
is
that
scary. Change is super scary to
but
people.
but also when you're trying so hard to find the confidence within yourself and then people that you love are telling you to do the opposite, what is your advice for them to turn off that voice and recognize, no, go listen to the people that are going to support you?
I would say that it was more about believing in myself.
Perfect.
It was more about believing what I thought. Like I knew that I could do it. I knew that I had it inside of me. And I think sometimes it's just giving yourself a pep talk every day and saying, "Hey, I have to do this. I have to be successful. I don't know, maybe you've got a mantra or something that you say to yourself every morning and you say, I've got to get up and I've got to be successful and I'm going to win today. And I know that I can do this. And whatever it is, it might not be live selling, but it could be, just anything else, starting a company or anything like that. But I think it's just believing in yourself, and you have to believe in yourself sometimes when nobody else believes in you.
Yes.
And I think that's super important. And I feel that was what's so successful to me is that, I kept trying, and even I was, lying almost in my family life as well too, and telling people that I was applying for, corporate jobs, and I was going to go back into the corporate world because that was safe and it made, my family feel safer. But I knew that I could be successful at whatever I was doing, and so I just knew that if I hustled, I tried really hard, and I, I surrounded myself with people that supported me, that I could do it. But I really did have to believe in myself. And so,
Well, how do we tell those that don't have the kind of courage and confidence that you did? Because I do believe that when people have that courage and confidence, that in itself is already putting you 10 times above or ahead. Let's use ahead, it's better.
mhm.
Ahead of someone that doesn't have that. What do you
Hmm.
think? Let's come up with that together. I
That's a
know, I love it. So let's think about that. So the first thing that I believe in is affirmations,
mhm.
something to do with what did you tell yourself every morning?
I just told myself every morning that I could do it. And I got up and I just tried baby steps. I mean, I think that's it, right? Like, I'm
Yes.
not going to be successful overnight. I mean, whenever I first started my TikTok shop and I started, live streaming on TikTok, I used to have like one person watching. I'd have two people watching. I'd have zero sales for a long period of time, but I just kept doing it because I knew that I could do it. And so I think that it's just, if you don't know that you could do it, I would say that it definitely is scary, but you have to kind of get uncomfortable. I'd say
Yes.
sometimes you just have to be. It's uncomfortable. Change is
Yes, it
uncomfortable, and
is.
you have to kind of just put yourself in that position and say, okay, I'm going to try it, and maybe it's not going to be comfortable, and maybe I'm not going to feel like I can do it, and maybe I am going to feel like a failure. But you just kind of have to. Yeah, you just have to take that jump sometimes. Like
Yes.
I don't like, I'm not sure if there is a secret to how to feel more confident about yourself. I
It's
think sometimes
practice. It's practice.
it's
In
practice.
all
Sometimes you just
honesty,
have
I don't know that
you
any
just
of
have to
us are
make that
born.
jump, and you just have to say,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try this little thing today, and then I'm gonna try something little tomorrow." And then eventually, those little steps become this one big step that you just made, and you think, "Look what I just did. It was amazing. Like, I did that," And I think that's what's awesome about it. But it doesn't have to be so big. And I think a lot of times people, whenever they're thinking about stepping into a new career or stepping into a new field, they think, "Gosh, I could never do that. That's difficult because I'm doing this now. How could I ever get to this position?" But just think of it as little teeny tiny steps that you take along the way. And then eventually you've made this giant step. And it doesn't have to be all at the same time. It could just be so gradual as well too. But then
Agreed.
you start building that confidence as well too, right? Then you start thinking, okay, now I know more. You start becoming an expert at it because you read one book. You start becoming an expert at it because you watched a few YouTube videos on it. And then all of a sudden you're great at doing something. And then you just start being able to talk about it. And I think once you are able to talk about the area that you want to be in, you start getting a lot of confidence about
So
it.
knowledge. It's
Yeah.
really knowledge. So it sounds to me like knowledge, waking up every morning and doing your best to say positive things to yourself, getting uncomfortable, huge one,
Getting
huge.
uncomfortable for sure.
Huge, huge. I've been in my careers for so long and I'm still doing such uncomfortable things. And I've learned that
It's so
I've
important.
got
I also think it
to.
keeps you young, Galit.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think that that's how I challenge myself. So, those of you that are listening and watching, one of my favorite slogans, and I always take it from Nike, I'm giving them credit, is just do it.
Just do
Because
it.
the key thing between most people that are successful and not successful is they're just not doing it.
Mhm.
They're not doing anything. They're just complaining about their life and where they want to be. And then they don't do anything to get there. So, what you did was you did things to get you there, and you're getting there and you're there. So, I love it. Now, let's share with everybody before we wrap up where your store is, the name of your store, how they can find you, everything so people can find you.
Okay, I am on TikTok, and Elsimi is the name of my store. And yeah, mostly on TikTok, but also
Will
on
you spell that for
Instagram.
those listening on the podcast, Donna?
Do I what?
Will you spell Elsami for
Oh,
everybody
it's
listening?
ELSSIME.
Thank you.
ELSSIME. And if you go on
If you put
TikTok,
that in the search, you can find it. It's very
yeah,
easy to
yeah,
find.
yeah. You can.
And
And
then I know you're also on Instagram.
I am on Instagram, and that's it. Yeah, Instagram
Perfect.
and on Facebook. Or no, well,
Perfect.
not Facebook. I'm personally on Facebook, but
Yeah.
as a
But they
company,
can find your store on TikTok. And then I know you also post some of the stuff on your Instagram as well.
yeah, sometimes I do as well too.
Yeah, just a great for people that are Instagram, it's easy to follow you and then they can find you through there because I know you have a
Definitely.
link. You have a link to your store on there as well. So, anyways, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Donna, for being with me today. This was so much fun to get to know you better.
So
And
nice talking with you, Galit.
it's so much fun to watch you just do what you love and be good at it. And one of the things we didn't talk about, and I want to just take 2 more minutes because I forgot to mention that, was how you went from a one person operation. And I know you built the business. How many people do you have now?
5.
So I watched you go from just Donna to
Yes.
5 people, which
Yes,
was brilliant.
it was just me, and I was streaming from my office at my house. And then I started thinking, how can I grow and what's a way to build? And I thought, okay, well, I could work more and I could stream more and I could do more. But I could also get a team of people that enjoy doing this, that are similar to me, that are like moms that, maybe have a few hours a day and want to make a little bit of extra money and are good talking about things and like fashion. And so I just put an ad out on Facebook, and I said, looking for people that, want to live stream on TikTok and like clothes and have a passion for fashion. And I got like hundreds and
I'm
hundreds of
sure.
people wanting to work for me. And so then eventually, I had other people coming into my house, and I thought, this doesn't work out that great. And so then maybe a year and a half ago, I leased a studio space. And so now
Perfect.
we're in a studio. And, my end goal would be that I'm streaming less and I just have multiple people streaming on my channel all at the same time. And so, and then I'm still, making an income and I have a business that way and still supporting women and helping other people grow. But yeah, so super exciting now, though.
Super exciting. And congratulations on your success and your growth and taking a leap where so many people don't. Such a small percentage of women are business owners. It's crazy how little it is. And even a smaller percentage of women making six
It
or
is. I
seven
love how you
figures.
support other women and their
Oh,
businesses.
thank
It's so
you.
important.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's nothing like women supporting women. When we realize that there's enough success for all of us, everything changes. I'm supported all the time too. I'm supporting and I'm getting supported, right? That's the
It's
key.
important. It's a paying it forward too.
Yeah, you want to do it both ways. Thank you so much for being with me, Donna. I
Thanks,
just wanted to
Galit.
share about your team because that was a big deal. And thank you to everybody listening and watching to another episode of the Successful Women's TV show. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen, and I will see you next time. Bye.